Now, look, an anti-Semitism research institute has released an 11th hour report about its concerns over New York City socialist mayoral candidate Zoran Mamdani. It explains the controversial views of his father, a professor at Columbia University, on Israel, as well as how Zoran founded the Students for Justice in Palestine chapter while he was in college. It also details his past statements and positions on it and lists the anti-Israel individuals who endorse him for mayor. Kosha, by all accounts, he's going to win this. How worried must the Jewish community be?
I think, worried, as are business owners, as are just everyday taxpayers, all sorts of people who are going to bear the brunt of his policy agenda, which he has made no secret of throughout this campaign. The interesting thing to me in this, though, is that the Jewish community in New York, which is the largest diaspora of Jewish people outside of Israel in the entire world, live in New York City, just shy of a million of them. 40% of them still support Mamdani, and among the crowd under the age of 45, including Jewish people, support him and are voting for him. So that is the thing over here, I think, that's impossible to ignore, that despite these statements that he's made and the studies that are coming out, they are not lining up against him. They could have voted for Cuomo. They could have supported the Republican candidate, Sliva. They have not. They're voting him in. And, as the saying goes, you get the government you vote for. And unfortunately, that is what's going to happen here. And they are going to have to suffer the consequences. Yeah,
it's going to be an absolute disaster. And, he's trying to get the young vote now, going out to clubs. I just feel like his whole policy is based on vibes, not actual policy. So we'll see how it goes. Kosha, before we let you go, I want to get your reaction to Bill Maher. He's, I think, a recovering TDS sufferer, but he appeared on a podcast and called out Jimmy Kimmel for not thanking him after he defended Kimmel following his suspension. Have a look at this.
Jimmy apparently doesn't like me too much anymore because he thanked everybody but me, and I was adamant about supporting him that week and the next week. My problem with him and hosts like that, quite frankly, they're all quite similar in this regard, is that they're ideologically captured by one side. It's just not what I do or what I'm doing. And there's a reason why half the country feels insulted by them and has turned off to them.
Kosha, I thought that was an interesting point that he made at the end there, that he said half the country is turned off. Do you agree?
For sure. He's right there. We can see it in the ratings. This whole genre of late night television, an American creation in its heyday of Johnny Carson and that era, was really just something so unique, so beloved culturally. It set the tone. It made fun of both sides. They didn't take themselves too seriously. And people would sit down at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. and watch these shows live. And we've come a long way from that for many reasons, structurally, with the media, other forms of entertainment that compete with them and all of that. But a big reason is this, that they just somehow devolved from being equal opportunity offenders and comedians to being very politically charged, very much on one side. And yes, half the country that supports the right side of the aisle does not find them funny at all, doesn't find that content worth spending an hour listening to. And Bill Maher, once in a while, he is of the left, but he does pop up here and there and speak sanity and fairness a little bit. And this would be an example of where, he did that. And it sounds like he's really hurt by the fact that he didn't get gratitude publicly from Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, very, very clear. Kosha Gada, thanks for joining me. Really appreciate your time.